Hi everyone, welcome to a new episode. We're going to be working on Unit 5, Lessons 1 and 2. Our topic of the day is achievements. What do you think an achievement is? Think about it. An achievement is actually anything that we can reach, a goal that we can reach, or an improvement that we can have is also considered an achievement. So if we are good at something, and we take things to the next level and we move forward, that means we are reaching an achievement or we are making an achievement. Let's jump to our learning objectives of the day. Now we're going to be talking about abilities. We're going to read a newspaper article about a child genius, someone who is extremely intelligent or extremely smart. And we're going to use could and couldn't, was, were not able to correctly. Now, I want you to find a partner at home who can work with you and tell your partner about one thing you can do or would like to do well. Now, if I'm going to give an example, I would start off with myself. Something that I'm able to do is cook. I'm able to cook. I'm able to play with children. I'm able to read and understand psychology. So there are many things I can do. I'm sure you have multiple things you can do as well. Please talk to your partner, whether it's your brother, your sister, your uncle, your father, your mother, or even your friend. Let's jump to number 2. These words are from a newspaper article. What do you think it is about? So let's look at those words quickly and thoroughly. Genius is a noun, a person with very high intelligence or a very highly developed brain. So a person who is considered a genius is a person who is very smart or with a highly developed brain. Computer programming is also a noun. It is writing the systems that make a computer work. So in order to have a computer working well, it must be programmed. So computer programming is the idea or the topic of writing the system for a computer. Intelligent is an adjective which is used to describe a person or sometimes robots or sometimes even phones. So it means very quick to learn and understand things. Software is a noun, the different systems used by a computer. So the system that is used is called a software. It is considered as a noun. The next word is skill. So all of us have different skills. In other words, we have different abilities. So a skill is an ability, or being able to do or achieve something is a skill. The next word is sum. It's also used as a noun. So maths problems to work out. It is used as a noun. The next word is award. Everybody loves awards. An award is a prize given for an achievement or a present given for an achievement. Of course, this is considered as a noun. So what do you think our newspaper article is about? We have the word genius, computer programming, intelligent, software, skill, sum, and award. Let's jump to the article to check if our guess is right or wrong. Mahmoud Wael, a genius child. 6-year-old Abla Wael from Cairo couldn't do her maths homework one evening. Her father was helping her when her younger brother came into the room. Mahmoud couldn't speak very well yet because he was only 3 years old. However, he was able to give all the answers to the sums. Mahmoud's father was sure that his son was a genius. Soon, TV channels heard about his amazing math skills and invited him to be on their own shows. When Mahmoud was 7, the American University in Cairo helped him to improve his English because it would help him to study maths at a higher level. After only 3 months, he could read, write, and speak English quite well. One day, Mahmoud walked past a class that was studying computer programming at the university, and he could understand the lesson. Soon, one of the biggest computer software businesses in the world became interested in Mahmoud because he was so intelligent. He studied computer programming and got several awards. He was then able to teach university graduates about computer programming. He was only 11. Universities around the world invited Mahmoud to start a degree, but he decided to finish school first. He said that he would like to go to university in Egypt. Now, let's jump to our true or false questions in section 4. The first one is done for us. Mahmoud's older sister, Abla, is a genius at maths. This is true or false, guys? The answer is already done for you. Of course, it's false because the article is not about Abla. It's basically about Mahmoud. Let's jump to number 2. Mahmoud is good at English as well as maths. Is this true or false? Remember, you can always jump back to reread the reading section to find the correct answers. The answer for number 2 is true. Mahmoud is in fact good at English as well as maths. Let's jump to number 3. Mahmoud went to university in America to learn English. Did Mahmoud really travel to America to learn English at the university over there? True or false? If you're not sure, you can jump back to the text to check. The answer is false. He went to the American University in Cairo to learn in Egypt. Let's jump to number 4. At the age of 11, Mahmoud was a university graduate. Is this true? When he turned 11 years old, did he become a university graduate? This is false, of course. He taught university graduates about computer programming at the age of 11, but he was not a university graduate. He was much younger to be a university graduate. Let's jump to number 5. Mahmoud wants to finish school in Egypt and then go to university in another country. Is that true? Does he want to finish school in Egypt and then travel abroad to another country to learn? This is also false. He wants to finish school and then go to university in Egypt still. Now we're going to be starting lesson 2. Underline the verbs used to express ability and or inability. Number 1. Abla Wael from Cairo couldn't do her maths homework. We're going to underline the verb couldn't. Now let's go to number 2. Mahmoud was able to give all the answers to the sums. The word we're going to underline is able. Let's go to number 3. After only 3 months, he could read, write, and speak English quite well. So, which verbs here express ability or inability? Of course, if we're looking at number 3, it will be could. He could read, write, or speak. It shows ability, of course, being able to do something. Let's jump to number 4. He was able to teach university graduates about computer programming. Which word are we going to underline? Of course, we're going to underline able to show ability to do something. So, let's look at our grammar box for our rules of the day for grammar. Ability or inability. So we could use could or couldn't, was or were not able to. To talk about ability in the past, we use could or couldn't. I could swim when I was 6, but my brother couldn't swim until he was about 10. So we use could to show ability and couldn't to show inability, being not able to do something. We can also use was or was not or were not, depending on whether it was singular or plural. Now, let's look at the second point. In yes or no questions, we usually use short answers. Could you read when you were 6? You can say yes, I could, or no, I couldn't. Remember, if I ask a yes or no question, the answer should be short. When we talk about ability in specific situations in the past, we don't use could. So if I talk about ability or even inability in the past, we don't use could. We must use was or were. Was or were. We might sometimes add not in some cases, depending on whether we were able to do something or unable to do something. So we use was or were and sometimes not able to, and then we add an infinitive. Or we could use couldn't. I was able to find your street, but I couldn't find your house. We can also say, I wasn't able to come to your house last weekend because I was ill. So, again, when we talk about ability in a specific situation in the past, we do not use could. We use was or were not able to plus the infinitive. Or we can use couldn't. Let's jump to the last rule in our grammar box. Question words come before was or were in yes or no questions. We usually use short answers. So let's look at the examples. What were you able to see at the concert? Were you able to do the homework? Yes, I was, or no, I wasn't. I will repeat this rule. Question words come before was or were. In yes or no questions, we use short answers. Let's jump to our remembering part. Now, the difference between using the singular and the plural with could, if it's singular, we use was able to. If it is plural, we use were able to. We were able to. Now, if we use couldn't, we must use was not able to. And if I want to use couldn't in the plural form, we will say weren't able to. Now let's complete the sentences using able to, could, couldn't, wasn't able to, and were. The first one is done for us, so we will cross it out. Please write the answers in your notebooks and we're going to check them together. Let's read the first example that is already done for us. There was a fire at the hotel, but firefighters were able to put it out very quickly. So let's look at number 2. Number 2 has two sections, A and B, the question and the answer. So in that case, blank, you played chess when you were 6. No, I blank, but I was blank play chess at Ahmed's house last night. So in that case, we're going to say, could you play chess when you were 6? And then I might say, no, I couldn't, but I was able to play chess at Ahmed's house last night. Now, if I ask another question for number 3, I would say, were you able to speak to the teacher today about the homework? Yes, I was. I told her why I wasn't able to finish it, and she helped me with it. So make sure once you use a word, just cross it out from the word box at the top of the question. Question 2. Now we're going to complete the questions, then ask and answer them. When you were 10, could you stand on one leg? No, I couldn't. I used to fall over. How old were you when you could ride a bike? I was 12 years old when I could ride a bike. Number 3, were you able to blank last Saturday? You can say, were you able to sleep early last Saturday? You can say, no, I was not, or yes, I was able to sleep last night, or last Saturday. Question 4, when were you able to drive your car by yourself? You can say, I was able to drive my car by myself when I turned 18. Now, that's a wrap for today. We have talked about abilities, read a newspaper article about a genius child, used could and couldn't, was or were not able to correctly. Thank you guys. You did an awesome job today. I'm very proud of you. Have a wonderful day. This was Ms. Sara Bassiouni. Goodbye.